Am I live? You have to start every live stream out like that. Otherwise, it's bad luck for 7 years. Okay, hello. This is my first YouTube live. Don't know if that's obvious. But today, I really want to talk about brand visibility because as entrepreneurs, that is something that is typically quite scary, right? Like, we don't want to be seen. Don't pay attention to us. We're just over here minding our business, doing our business. We don't want people to like look at us, right? We just want to be in the background doing what we do. But fortunately or unfortunately, hopefully fortunately, you will agree by the end of this, is that it is a non-negotiable part of having a brand. If you want a brand, you have to have visibility because your brand is all about how you make people feel, right? And if you're not out there in the world making people feel a certain way, they're not going to know you exist. They won't know how to feel about you, and therefore you won't have a brand at all. So the two go hand in hand. But that can be really scary because when we're visible online specifically, we're opened up to criticisms and judgments and people maybe calling us out on things that they don't agree with or things that we actually get wrong or things that they think we got wrong, but we actually didn't because we're always right. But either way, it's scary. It's scary to open yourself up to that, especially with a bunch of strangers on the internet, right? And there's this idea that if we want more visibility, also say hi in the chat if you're here watching this live, because it's way more fun to talk to people than it is to a computer. There's this idea that in order to be visible and put yourself out there and show up, step into your power, whatever that means, right? We have to have thick skin. We have to be willing to just let stuff bounce right off of us. We have to be willing to let the criticisms and judgment just slide right off. And so we have to have thick skin. And I never really liked the idea of having thick skin. And I think I figured out why due to a recent experience. I think the reason is because it gives this idea of being like very callous, not letting anything in, being hard and cold. And that's not a fun way to be a human. And we're all humans in business, and our clients are humans as well. So we don't want to lose our humanity, right? So the idea of having thick skin is like impenetrable. And part of that does feel really safe, right? It's like nothing can get to me. But on the other hand, sometimes we do need to let things get to us because that's how we grow, not only as people, but also as business owners, and that's how our brands evolve. So the thing that came to me last week is instead of having thick skin, let's have strong bones, right? And if this is silly to you, like that's fine. But for me, it was really helpful because when you have strong bones, you can still be soft. You can still let things in, right? But you're also not going to get knocked down because you are so sturdy. So it is that balance. Like you can be empathetic yet sturdy. You can be understanding yet firm. You can be kind and open, yet just unapologetic, right? We tend to think of our brands as purely external, how others feel about us, how they talk about us to their friends, all of the basics about branding. But they really, our brands really, when they're developed, also act as an internal compass. And I think that's a really, really, really underrated part of building a strong brand for entrepreneurs that is extremely overlooked. Like, yes, it is about what we're putting out into the world. It is about how we're communicating with people. It is about how people feel about us. But when you understand your brand and when you understand your brand strategy, you are able to set and stick to your boundaries because you've sorted them out ahead of time, right? You know what you're going to be open to, and you know what you're not going to take shit on. And you're okay with that. You're unapologetic about it. It gives you an idea of what opportunities to say yes to and which ones to say no to, because your brand strategy gives you your vision, right, for the future. And you know which opportunities are going to push you more in that direction or push you down a path that you don't actually want to be on. They also help you in terms of just dealing with like difficult client situations, or even situations like I talked about earlier. If someone does call you out or say, hey, you're wrong about this, these are the facts, instead of getting all freaked out about that you were wrong on the internet, it allows you to put yourself in a position where you are more open to having those conversations and being willing to be wrong. Like, that's okay, right? That's how we learn. That's how we grow. And my favorite is that your brand strategy really, really, really gives you a guide to determine whether new opportunities are feeling icky because they go against your values or your beliefs, or do they just feel uncomfortable because they're outside of your comfort zone. And the thing that I really want to say is that being more secure in your brand means that you are more secure in yourself. So I apologize if this is not very eloquent, what I'm about to say, but it's still kind of in here. It needs to come out. When we focus on brand visibility as the goal, right? I need more visibility. I need more people to know about me. I need more attention. I need more likes. I need more followers. I need more clients. I need more money, right? More. And that does start with visibility. But I just really want to encourage you to take a step back even further. Before you focus on brand visibility, focus on your brand strategy, which obviously, as a brand strategist, I'm going to say that, but it's so true because it really allows you to figure out what the fuck you're doing here, figure out what matters, figure out what your values are, figure out where you're going, figure out where you don't want to go, so that when it does come time for the visibility, when it does come time to put all of that stuff that you figured out internally, externally out into the world, it's easy because you just know it so clearly internally. It's easy to communicate. It's easy to articulate. That's when content creation becomes easy. That's when marketing becomes easy. That's when selling becomes easy. When you just know it so inherently, it's such a part of you that it's easy to talk about. It's easy to broadcast. It's fun being visible, right? Because remember, it's not about you. Your brand's not about you. You're not doing any favors hiding. You're not doing your clients or your audience or your subscribers any favors by not showing up for them. They've literally subscribed. They've literally followed you. They want to know what you're doing. So the more secure you can feel in what you're doing and what you're saying, the easier it's going to be to be visible. Yes? Okay. I think that's all I wanted to say today. Thick skin versus strong bones. Like, let's be sturdy. Let's feel confident in our values and our boundaries and our beliefs. But let's also be willing to have the experiences that are maybe uncomfortable, or the conversations that make us question whether we were right or not, which, again, we're always right, just to be clear. Strong bones. That's what I want to leave you with today. If you came here live, thank you. It's fun to see the little numbers. But yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. So I'm going to end this here before I just say goodbye for 10 minutes and make it awkward. Bye.